Hey guys, Steven here back with another video, and today I'm going to show you some of my favorite 3D camera apps. 3D photos have become increasingly popular over the past year. No one actually uses a film camera for them anymore. So I'm going to show you some of my favorite apps that produce the same effect. Obviously, it doesn't look the same as using a film camera, but I'm going to show you some that produce really good results. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, and let's get straight into it. So the first app is Film 3D. It was sort of like the originator of like 3D camera apps. It was the first one I saw personally, and the creators are Canadian, so I have to support. The reason I like using Film 3D is because it's really easy to use. All you have to do is set a focus point and move your camera like this, just 3 different spots horizontally, and it'll create a very cool effect. I also like the filters and overlays. If you do decide to pay for the pro version removes the watermark and allows you to add some filters. I think the filters are probably one of the best I've seen when it comes to 3D camera apps. And this is the only app that I know that is solely dedicated to 3D cameras. Every other app I've seen has 3D cameras as just a feature of their app in addition to other features. Film 3D is only a 3D camera app. The only thing I don't really like about this app is that there's a little bit too much movement when it comes to 3D photos, and it doesn't seem as organic, but it still produces a really cool effect, and sometimes the result is close to perfect, but it's really just hit or miss. The second app is Dashcam. This is probably the one that I've used the most when it comes to this type of stuff. It's also very hit or miss because what it does is like all AI based, whereas with Film 3D, you actually move the camera 3 times and they sort of join the picture together. With this, you just take a normal picture in portrait mode, and then they just use AI to form the 3D photo. Sometimes it's hit or miss because sometimes some things aren't in focus. Like they'll maybe select my face as the point of focus, and my face will move perfectly fine with the 3D effect, but my body will just be still, so my head's just like in the 3D photo. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Basically, the pro version of the app allows you to import any photo you want, any portrait photo you want. Whereas if you just had the free version, you would have to take the picture in the app, and that's the only way you can do it. And most 3D camera apps only allow you to use portrait mode. The third app is my personal favorite. It's called Parallax. The reason it's my favorite is because you can adjust the strength of the effect. You can also adjust the direction of the effect. You can also adjust like the depth of the effect, and you can import any photo you want. It doesn't have to be a portrait photo, and you don't have to take it in the app. And this is all free, by the way. And when it actually comes to taking the photos in the app, I think it has the most flexibility and the most options. There's 4 different modes. There's a short mode where you take 3 different photos, so similar to Film 3D. There's a classic mode where there's 4 photos, and then there's a smooth mode, which is 6 photos, and then there's a manual mode. So depending on what type of effect you want, Parallax has an option for that. Typically, an actual 3D camera will allow you to take 3 to 4 shots, depending on the camera, obviously. But Parallax adds another level to it with 6 shots. And finally, the last app is Prequel. I left it last because I wouldn't even consider it a 3D camera app because it has so many other things to offer. It's mainly on this list because the app itself is just amazing when it comes to photo editing. It's my favorite app to use like of all time. It's very similar to Dashcam, but the effect isn't as strong, which I actually like when the effect isn't as strong because it looks more organic. It has a bunch of overlays and filters. I think it's a little bit better than Film 3D when it comes to overlays, just because it is a filter app. But yeah, that's the end of the list. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to check all the apps in the description. Some of them are for Android and iOS, some of them are just for iOS, so make sure to check that out before you download any of them. And yeah, my name is Steven, and I'll see you in the next one.